Let's make our first job picking up on the two sides. Spurs, in fact, field the side that started in the Cup at Wimbledon last Sunday with Ray Clements in goal. In the back four, Gary Stevens has had a problem this week with a hamstring. He only started training again on Friday. As usual, 5 men waiting to pounce from the midfield, as Chris Waddle and Glenn Hoddle did, of course, against Wimbledon last Sunday. And then up front, as usual, that lone man, Clive Allen. Liverpool, meantime, with that splendid character, Bruce Grobbelaar in goal. Gary Gillespie returns to their back four after injury. He'll be a central defender, no doubt, with Alan Hansen, but it's speculation whether Ronnie Whelan continues at left back or indeed goes to the midfield, where, for the sake of this caption, we put Mark Lawrenson. Whelan and Lawrenson could well swap places, and I can tell you for sure that Kenny Dalglish is not telling anybody other than his players at the moment. And then up front, Paul Walsh and Ian Rush. Referee today, John Martin from Hampshire. What a great reception for Ray Clements at the other end there. The Liverpool fans behind that goal, remembering a man who in fact won 5 championship medals with the Anfield club. Well, Spurs then in the white shirts will be kicking off and attacking the goal to our right. In its way, such a crucial afternoon in the race for the First Division Championship. If Spurs could win it, then all sorts of things might open up. If Liverpool win it, a lot of people feel that they could be over the hill and far away. Then their lead would go to 9 points. So it's a Liverpool throw, which Barry Venison will take. Unbeaten in their last 9 games, Liverpool. Although Spurs will remember with some comfort that they won at Anfield earlier this season with a Clive Allen goal. And as you'd expect, a fantastic support that Liverpool have brought down with them from Merseyside. Bottle to Ardiles. By Paul Walsh, who was glided past Richard Goff and then was fouled by Ozzy Ardiles, who came back at him. Such a fine passing side, Liverpool, and Walsh is one of the few players in the side who, it appears, loves to take people on. And Molby behind this free kick, a magnificent striker of a dead ball. Taking that with the outside of his boot towards Spackman, and Mabbutt getting it away for Tottenham. Venison. Johnston. Paul Allen. Little touch now for Hodge. Johnston again. Off the last line for Tottenham. Oh, and the header is a poor one, and it's Lawrenson of all people picking it up there. Walsh trying to get in, and just wide. Goal kick. Graham Taylor with Lawrenson popping up on the right side of midfield position.
Yeah, I think he got up there for the free kick, and they've never really got away from that since that time. What interested me all of the time was not only Walsh getting in, but to see that other man rush, to see where he was lurking. All of the time looking and seeking out opportunities that sooner or later he knows one will fall his way.
Stevens. 10 minutes of the first half gone in this important First Division game. If you just joined us, 0-0. Whelan to Lawrenson to Rush. Beautifully played by Rush. And Lawrenson through. Walsh is making ground. And Rush has gone darting through as well to no avail. Goal kick.
Some lovely play there, Brian, wasn't there? And Rush making himself available. Great return for Lawrenson to come. I think they'll be a little bit disappointed with the final delivery there.
Stevens. Ardiles. Nicely played there. Well waited for Paul Allen. Are there problems here? No, it was blocked there, the Clive Allen shot by Gary Gillespie. Mabbutt. And now Whelan. Certainly plenty of good movement about this game at the moment. Rush now taking it up for Liverpool. Albee. Hustled unfairly from behind by Steve Hodge. Free kick to Liverpool.
I would have liked to have seen Paul Allen not check out just in there, because I think that was the one I was talking about. He'd been prepared just to go into that box that little bit more then.
Craig Johnston. Chasing, and Navitt clearing, and finding Steve Hodge. Clive Allen. Same handball, but it was quite accidental. Referee quite right. And it'll be a throw to Liverpool. Stone faces in the Tottenham crowd, but certainly a game with plenty of interest in it. With a quarter of an hour gone, 0-0. Gillespie playing it forward. And there was hesitation there. Goff thinking that Clements would come out and get it. And Walsh ruffling a few feathers and might continue to do so. He gets a corner. Dalglish was saying after their victory against Queen's Park Rangers, which he wasn't at all happy with in midweek, that points are more important at this stage of the season than performances. But it's a fairly good, solid-looking performance at the moment by Liverpool. Here's their corner coming in, and Lawrenson coming in. He hasn't scored a league goal this season. Scored a very important one, of course, for the Republic of Ireland against Scotland. Skipper. Another free kick to Tottenham. Ardiles to Waddle. Dummied there, and a shot. Oh, a mistake by Grobbelaar! And Waddle has put Spurs into the lead. Well, he wonders what hit him. And what happened was that with the rain on the surface, it skidded past him before Grobbelaar could react properly. And a surprise lead for Tottenham. Chris Waddle did the dummy there, whacked it from range there, and it bounced, beating Grobbelaar, finished up into the back of the net. 1-0 to Tottenham. 6 minutes to half-time. Chris Waddle, the scorer for the second successive weekend. And now Walsh. Now, will there be a sharp reply? Rush is coming in. Albee there challenging with Clements, and the whistle had gone.
As they say, Brian, it's what the game needed.
How did you see the goal?
Well, having said the comments about Bruce, I thought his dive was what I would call flat, a flat dive. But the ball certainly took off the turf and skidded through. And he'd be a bit disappointed, flat dive, but it probably treated a little bit unfairly. But it's what the game needed. And we can only hope now that Liverpool will come out and say, well, look, we don't want to lose this one, because then I think we have the makings of a very good second half.
Here's Waddle, the goal scorer. Stopped by Lawrenson. Oh, that was a bad blow for the Liverpool fans who are down here, but I think the rain on the surface probably played its part, Graham.
Yeah, as I say, it shot off the surface. It probably dived over the top of it a little bit, but certainly it shot through.
A shot on Ardiles, a free kick to Tottenham. He's such a little character, this fella. But David Cleek thought he was finished at the start of the season, you know.
Well, I mean, Ardiles is a great player. Tremendous admiration for him. A joy to watch. He makes other people play. He's always thinking, always looking for things.
Hoddle to Hoddle. Here's Chris Waddle again. Oh, and a missed kick and almost another goal. And Spurs are claiming a handball there. Spurs are claiming a handball, but the referee didn't want to know. And Liverpool in disarray there. We ought just to have a look at this. A missed kick by Gillespie. And there certainly wasn't a handball. If anything, they were claiming a foul, and it didn't look to be a foul either. Craig Johnston to Mark Lawrenson. Whelan's off on the chase. Abbott's there with him, and Goff as well. It's a nice ball played there for Walsh. Molby to Whelan, and now to Spackman. He might try his arm. Might get put in by Rush. Stevens getting it away. Whelan trying to keep the movement going again. They claimed handball there against Steve Hodge, and in the end it's Stevens who gets it back, and two Spurs players, Goff and Ardiles, collide. And a palm throw out by Clements as we come to the last minute of the first half. That try and trick by Hoddle didn't come off. It's put Liverpool in possession again. Free kick. He's still got a great affection for Liverpool, Ray Clements, since he left them 6 years ago. But he'll be delighted that they are in the lead at the moment, Spurs. So let's be forward for that. Clements still feeling the injury that he had against Arsenal here that affected him last week against Wimbledon. He had 4 teeth out, remember. He's still got a plate in his mouth to keep the teeth in position. And he's still a little bit swollen. Stevens. Stevens forward again. This is Waddle.
Doesn't matter, Brian, does it, who you are, where you are, the difference that a goal makes. All of a sudden, you know, the Tottenham players now playing as if they believe in themselves, where prior to that, they were looking quite dispirited, really.
Well, it's given a lift for the game, not the one that Liverpool wanted, of course. Chris Waddle whacking the ball past Bruce Grobbelaar, the ball gathering pace off the wet turf. And Spurs leading by 1-0 at half-time. In a moment we should be getting the views of Ian St John with Kevin Keegan.
Well, let's have a look at that goal. As you say, it did come out the blue. But Chrissy Waddle, like he did last week in the cup tie, picking the ball up and going at people, which he's so good at, Kevin.
Well, this is his strength. I mean, it won't be one of the best goals he's ever scored, but you try telling him that. I mean, he's taken advantage of the elements, really, hasn't he? And Spurs were doing that, to be fair. They were. I mean, you saw Glenn shooting.
It's just the camera behind the goal. Yeah, looking at Bruce's part in this, I think you've got to say, Graham Taylor said he went down flat, and I think if you look at it there, he did go down a little bit flat, didn't he?
Well, yeah, I suppose if you go back to basics of goalkeeping, you've got to get your body behind the ball, but we know better than most people how swirly it is out there, and how quick, with a bit of rain, that the surface has become. But I think Brucey is his own biggest critic, and he'll admit he should have kept it, at least parried it out for a corner.
Liverpool then get the second half underway. A goal down, and Spurs relishing no doubt the prospect of doing the double over Liverpool. Remember having won at Anfield earlier this season, a firecracker behind Bruce Grobbelaar, coming out of the Liverpool fans, incidentally. Well, Liverpool also with a problem. I think it's Paul Walsh on the far side receiving treatment at the moment. Be a long ball, and it's a corner off the head of Chris Waddle. Walsh back in action again. Whelan to take the corner. Lawrenson. Here's Whelan. Just in by him. Richard Goff getting it away. Ardiles versus Molby. Ardiles holding up the big Dane just for a moment. Now Mulvey. A little chip by him. The flag is up on this side. But the referee quite rightly has played on. There's Allen now. Finds Waddle. And here come Tottenham. Stevens. Waddle. Can he open up the door again? Gillespie is there, but will come instead for Paul Allen. Straight at Grobbelaar.
And the Tottenham crowd, Tottenham side, ought to thank the referee there, because a great decision to allow play on, not give offside, resulted in a possibility of Tottenham having a second goal. And those points ought to be recognised. It was first-class refereeing.
Bell's manager of the month for February, David Pleat. Hoping his side can keep this lead. Paul Allen with the shot. Good save. So 2 shots in the last couple of minutes by Paul Allen. And he used to pick up his quota of goals when he was a West Ham player. But here they've really dried up. He scored with his very first appearance, the first game of last season. That was the only one last season, and he's only scored once this season as well. But he's twice been on target in the last couple of minutes. Now Walsh. Rush. Paul Allen, in many ways, has made the difference in this second half, I think, don't you?
Yes, he's come through there, as I say, with a couple of shots. The goals you refer to, actually, is in a 4-0 win against Watford. His first game, thank you very much, but he played extremely well.
That was the very first game he played.
That's right.
Yeah, first game of last season.
And Chris Waddle made that goal.
His goal. And the 24-year-old really beginning to enjoy this second half now, Paul Allen. Hit from a long way out against the breeze. Information we have is that John Aldridge will be coming on, and yes indeed, it's Jan Mulvey who's coming off. So what do you see here? Taking one short in midfield to make one more up front.
It's an interesting substitution. Wait and see exactly what is going to happen, bearing in mind the amount of players that Tottenham have in midfield.
Well, they've instantly put Aldridge naturally enough up front, along with Walsh and Rush. Walsh has gone over to the left-hand side. Mitchell Thomas in there. Whelan always put it back towards Thomas. Just nicked it out and found Glenn Hoddle with it. Shot from way out, just wide. Corner given. Grobbelaar must have just got a fingertip to it. Allen in conversation with the referee there. Hoddle with Tottenham's corner. Liverpool 0, thanks to Chris Waddle in the first half. And 10 minutes to go. Linesman flagging. It must have been a foul throw there by Mitchell Thomas. Noticed by the referee. But here's Paul Allen again for Tottenham. Hoddle has drawn a little bit deeper. It's aimed towards Hoddle on the volley. Good position taken up here by Hoddle. You could see him just that moment there, raising his arm, knowing where he had to be.
It drifted off very well, Brian, didn't it? But isn't it, whatever people say, when the ball is coming in a volleying position to someone like Glenn Hoddle, you have that air of expectancy because you know what he's capable of doing in those situations.
Cut out by Ronnie Whelan. Gary Stevens away for Tottenham. They're playing time added on. Spurs a matter of seconds away now from a victory that opens up the top of the First Division table again. It leaves Liverpool 6 points ahead of Everton. Everton with 2 games in hand and yet to play at Anfield. And Spurs will say, well, we aren't out of it yet, although they have so many away games to come. And while we're speculating, Liverpool just get on with the job. But again, Spurs get it away. One last despairing attempt again for Liverpool, the final whistle. And Spurs have done it with Chris Waddle's goal after 39 minutes. It changes the complexion at the top of the First Division table. Liverpool defeated, but still favourites for the Championship, no doubt.
So, what an important win.